I've got a bit of unfortunate news for you. I know, you enjoy a modern gacha. You've been playing NTE, you're stoked for it, you're really hyped to see what's in the next patch. But the developers have made something a little bit different this time. And when I say different, I don't mean it's adjacent to what we might expect. I mean they made a Korean MMO from the early 2000s. And that is really ballsy of them. And I think it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Let's find out why together and see if it's right for you. So, let's say you're back in the early 2000s. There's an old school Korean MMO that's just come out, and everything in this MMO seems to want to waste your time, and it's somewhat unfair. However, there is a bit of fun to be had as well. This is typically 999 nights in a nutshell, and no, I'm not saying that title again. If you're looking for a bit of a challenge and something completely different from your normal gacha experience, this could be for you, but it's also got a lot of things that you might not enjoy so much. The highlight of it is definitely the bosses. These bosses are absolutely going to destroy you. I really hope they don't nerf these. They are so fun and it's a great part of the charm here. They feel memorable, and I had to rage quit after losing to them many times. And I'm so surprised that I had to end up doing this because I usually just steamroll all content in these games perfectly fine. However, this is a good thing. They're not unbeatable. I just need to get good and grind a bit more. And that's perfectly acceptable for this kind of gameplay mode. However, the reason why I got so wrecked is because I rushed through and became underleveled. This is a game where the developers want you to grind. They want it to be a bit of a slog. You're going to go from beautiful castles, caves, dungeons and hallways, but it's going to be absolutely packed with a ton of mobs. And these mobs are typically just copy pasted. Sure, you're going to get a few rarer IHP mobs surrounded in there as well, just sprinkled in, but I find myself rushing past them and just going for the chests and killing the rares and mini bosses only. And this is why I think I absolutely failed at the boss. Because the developers want you to go through and absolutely slaughter everything so you can get enough gear, enough stats, enough levels to actually stand a chance. So if you're looking for the long haul, for the long game, and you don't mind killing everything in sight, it might be a bit more of your taste. But personally, I thought things got a bit repetitive very quickly here. It's not just the combat that can be a bit overwhelming, it's also the actual looting afterwards. Now, let's say you're playing WoW Vanilla, yeah? You're killing one or two mobs at a time. It's so fine to just loot a couple of monsters and be on your way. That's perfectly acceptable. But when you're killing 30 mobs and the developers make you loot every corpse individually, this sucks. We need an auto loot or a group loot. I'm not saying absolutely modernize this old mode, because it is supposed to harken back to the old era, but I'm saying some things like this would respect our time a lot more, and I would like to see some small quality of life like this. Speaking of older MMOs, we actually have jumping puzzles here as well, which is so strange. I have not seen these since Final Fantasy XIV and Guild Wars 2, and to be fair, they are a lot more simple in this game, but they are fun and it allows you to get a bit of a break from the monotony of just killing loads of mobs all the time. Apart from that, there isn't much to say about the exploration. You're basically going from dungeon to dungeon, looting all the chests. There's no bosses guarding said chests, you can just rush by, loot the chest and get out. It doesn't take any thought, there's no real events, it is just packs of mobs, chests sprinkled in, that's it. There's nothing exciting like, oh, stopping a ritual where people are being sacrificed. There's nothing like, oh, summon a big lava dragon out of nowhere, nothing like that. So it's a bit basic in the exploration of the world, but hopefully, we might see something like that in the future. In addition, there are villages as well, and I found these to be a bit too bland. Sure, the atmosphere is nice, they look cozy and they're a nice refresher, but there's not really anything here. It's just a few chat boxes, a few interfaces to deal with, and there is a guy who wants you to gamble your money, so if that's your kind of thing, you might enjoy that. And speaking of the overworld, I kind of feel it's a little bit disorientating, because you've got a giant character here, and it feels rather redundant. that you've got all these like little chests everywhere which are guarded by enemies, but you can just go besides them and loot them with no consequence, just like you can in the dungeon, which feels a bit strange. But one thing that is nice here is you can go almost anywhere. So I easily found myself with a level 1 party against a level 55 dragon, which obviously I got annihilated straight away. But giving the users the choice to go and fight that early is very nice. Granted though, all the gear you get does have a minimum level on it, so it's not like you can go and destroy a level 80 and perfectly dodge everything, get the loot from it and then become insane. No, you're going to have to actually be a certain level to use those pieces. Speaking about the boss again, it does appear to be a bit bugged. Now, you can ask these sheep for assistance for the boss fight, and when you do, they don't actually fight. I understand this is a developer client, this is test server, so this might be different to live. However, they did absolutely nothing and they just stood there for me. But it was kind of funny because after I wiped, the boss would attack the sheep, and because it would take the boss a while to kill the sheep, it basically allowed me to have enough time to go back in, tag the boss and give it another shot. In regards to reward structure and cosmetics, I can't say anything about this yet. Everything's in another language and this is just my first impressions. I don't know how we unlock these and how long it's going to take, but I'm guessing it's going to be somewhat grinding. We'll have to see. What do you think to 999 nights so far? It feels like a nostalgic old school experience to me, with all the good and bad that entails. I think it's a strange inclusion in NTE, and I don't think a lot of people will actually like it, so I'm interested to see what your thoughts are. My next video is actually going to be on an old school MMO.